ब्रह्मनाथ ओ शांति 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 स्वस्थ। Hello students, in the previous class we discussed about the phylum Ctenophora. In the Ctenophora we discussed numerous points as we discussed in the phylum Ctenophora, those are the exclusively marine. In some phylum we discussed that some are freshwater and some are marine, generally in the aquatic, but in the case of the Ctenophora those are exclusively marine. Next we discussed that in the case of Ctenophora, those were the diploblasting, means having the ectoderm and the endoderm. Mesoderm is absent, that is why it is called the diploblastic, but the mesoglia is being present. Next we discussed that it is the acoelomate. Okay, it is the acoelomate. Generally in the case of the Ctenophora, the animals are transparent and bioluminescent. Further we discussed that the nervous system consists of the nerve nets, and also we discussed that it is commonly called as the sea walnut or the comb jelly. Also we discussed that a special type of adhesive cell is present in the case of the Ctenophora, that are called your lasso or the coloblast cell. Okay. So like this we discussed in the Ctenophora phylum all the points. Today we will discuss our new phylum, that is your Platyhelminthes. Students, up to Ctenophora is your diploblastic, means it having two germ layers, ectoderm and the endoderm. No mesoderm is present. But students, from the Platyhelminthes you always remember that the triploblastic organism starts, means those are having the three germ layers, ectoderm, endoderm and the mesoderm. Okay students, so starting from the Platyhelminthes, as we go further in the phylum cases, all have the, we can say, three germ layers, ectoderm, endoderm and the mesoderm. Okay student, this much you must remember, means up to the Ctenophora it is the diploblastic. Starting from the Platyhelminthes, those are the all the organisms, or we can say starting from the Platyhelminthes, as we go forward in the case of the phylum, all are the triploblastic organisms. Simple? Okay students. Next, Platyhelminthes, if we will divide the term platy and helminthes. Platy means flat, helminthes means worm. So simply we can write, students, these are commonly called as flatworms. So we can write, students, first point, these are commonly called as flat worm. Platy means flat, helminthes means worm. Next students, in the case of the Platyhelminthes, these are basically the parasites of the most of the vertebrates, and some are free living. Students, what is parasite means? Parasite means if an organism depends upon another organism, or if an organism depends on another host inside which that organism stays for his living, then that is called your parasitic. So in the case of the Platyhelminthes, students, it requires a host, and that host is generally the vertebrates. Okay, so simply we can write the animals are generally the parasites having most of the vertebrates as their host, and some are free living. Okay, so we can write, students, animals are we can say parasites of mostly the vertebrates mostly the vertebrates as their host. Animals are parasites of mostly the vertebrates as their host. We can write in another way, students. Animals are generally parasite. You can write animals are generally parasites. Okay, parasites having their host mostly as the vertebrates. Okay, but some are free living, means those are not the parasites, that does not require any host, but some are free living. Okay. So students, what point we now found? That the animals are generally parasites having their host mostly as the vertebrates. Okay, but some are free living, means some require host for their living, but some are generally free living, means they does not require any sort of host. Okay. Next point is, we can say these animals are generally bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry means what? One plane goes which passes the organism into two equal halves, right equal half and the left equal half. So we can say bilateral symmetry is present. Bilateral symmetry is present. Okay. Next point, students. What is the most important point I have said starting in the starting class? From the platyhelminthes, the triploblastic is being started or not, I said. Okay, so we can write these are the triploblastic having the blind sac plan and are acoelomate in nature. So we can write, students, triploblastic means, what is triploblastic means? Means presence of ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. Ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. Okay, students, is present. Triploblastic, these are acoelomate generally. Acoelomate. Acoelomate means what, student? Acoelomate means the coelom is completely absent. Okay. Acoelomate and have the blind sac plan. Blind sac plan. Do you remember, student? Blind sac plan means what? Means these have only one opening which act as the both for the mouth and the anus. Means it is the same opening through which the intake of the food takes place. It is the same opening through which the egestion, or we can say the elimination of the undigested food particles takes place. Okay, so this is your next point. Next point, students, in the case of the, we can say the platyhelminthes, these are generally dorso-ventrally flattened. Dorso-ventrally flattened means what? Students, you know, dorso means this is your dorsal side, this is your ventral side. Dorso-ventrally flattened means what? Means such as we are taking a structure like a leaf-like structure. You can see a leaf, it is dorsally also it is flat like, it is means it is ventrally also it is flat like. So the structure of the platyhelminthes is generally it is dorso-ventrally flattened. So we can write another point, it is dorso-ventrally flattened. Okay. So what is its structure like? The structure of the platyhelminthes are generally leaf-like or flat ribbon-like structure. You know leaf-like, how is the leaf? The dorsal also it is being flat-like and the ventral is also flat-like. Ribbon, generally the girls tie their means the hair by the ribbon. How is the ribbon structure is like? Dorsally it is being also flat and ventrally it is also flat, means it is this like structure, dorso-ventrally flattened. Okay, so we can say the platyhelminthes have the general structure such as your leaf-like structure, or we can say the flat ribbon-like structure. So we can write these have leaf-like structure, these have leaf-like structure or flat ribbon-like structure, flat ribbon-like structure. Okay. So what do we find? That it is dorsoventrally flattened and they have leaf-like structure or flat ribbon-like structure. Okay. Next, students, the body is generally covered by a thick cuticle. Cuticle means what? It is a covering or coating around the animal. So we can also write that the organism or the body is generally covered by a thick cuticle. Cuticle means what? Generally it gives protection to the organism. So we can write our next point, the body is covered by thick cuticle. Okay, body is covered by thick cuticle means a covering. Next, students, as we discussed, students, that there is no coelom, but a loose connective tissue is being present in between the space of the internal organs, that is called a parenchyma. Suppose, students, this is your organism. Suppose this is an organism and these are your various internal organs. Okay, we know there is no coelom, so the space in between the internal organs are filled with a loose connective tissue, that is called your parenchyma. What is this, student? Parenchyma. Okay, so we'll write this our next point. A loose connective tissue, a loose connective tissue, that is parenchyma, is present in between the space of the internal organs. Okay. So as we discussed, a loose connective tissue is present, that is your called the parenchyma. Okay, it is an important 1 mark may also come. Parenchyma is present where? In between the space of the internal organs. Next, students, for the attachment of the organism, what is present? For the attachment of organism, the hooks and the suckers are being present. Okay, suppose this is an organism. Okay, here the suckers are being present. And on the periphery, the hook-like structures are being present. Students, hooks, we know hook. Why the hook is present? For the attachment. Suckers, you know suckers means it acts as a airtight, means you know something the children generally apply, they throw on the almari or they throw on the wall, by which they tightly stick on by the airtight method. That is known as we can say the suckers. So generally the suckers and the hooks are generally present for the attachment. So we can write for attachment, hooks and suckers are present. Okay. Next point we can write, How the respiration is being done? The respiration is generally anaerobic. Means what, students? Anaerobic means the respiration takes place generally in the case of the platyhelminthes without the presence of oxygen. This you will read our next class not much, in our coming classes in the respiration. Respiration generally divided into two types, students. Just as for your remembering, I am telling. If the oxygen is present in the method of the respiration, then that is called aerobic respiration. If oxygen is not present, that is called anaerobic respiration. So simple, students, the type of respiration in which the oxygen is absent, then that is called anaerobic respiration. So we can say the respiration that is present in the platyhelminthes is known as your anaerobic respiration. So we can write our next point. The respiration is anaerobic in nature. Okay, students. Our next point, students. Nervous system. In the case of the platyhelminthes, it's somehow ladder-like. See, what happens? Suppose this is an organism. So, the nervous system is generally present in the ladder-like. Students, we discussed that in the case of the ctenophora also we have discussed that the nervous system consists of the nerve nets, means having the webby-like structure or networking-like structure. But in case of the platyhelminthes, it is present in the ladder-like structure. See, means such like some structures are being present. You can see ladder-like structures are present. So we can say nervous system. The nervous system in the case of the platyhelminthes is ladder-like. We can write our next point. Nervous system is ladder-like. Okay. Next point, students. Cephalization begins from the platyhelminthes. Means what, students? Means the initiation of the head takes place. Cephal means related to the brain. Okay, means cephalization is being started. Okay, means what? Initiation of head is being started. Suppose we will take the example of the hydra. Means somehow we can say that some sort of we can say the initiation of head is being taken place. So that is another point, your student, that cephalization begins from the platyhelminthes. So we can write our next point. Cephalization begins. Okay. Okay, students. So some general points as the next is your first. It is commonly called the flatworm. Animals are generally the parasites having their host mostly as the vertebrates, and some are free living. Bilateral symmetry. These are triploblastic, having the acoelom, or we can say that it is acoelomate, means coelom is absent, and having the blind sac plant. Okay. Next, it is dorsoventrally flattened. They have leaf-like structure or flat ribbon-like structure. Body is covered by thick cuticle for their covering. A loose connective tissue, that is the parenchyma, is present in between the space between the internal organs. For attachment, hooks and suckers are being present. Respiration is generally anaerobic in nature. Nervous system is ladder-like. Okay, and cephalization begins, means the initiation of head begins from the platyhelminthes. As we will go forward in the case of from the platyhelminthes, nemathelminthes, as we will go, and arthropoda mollusca, as we will go forward. So we can say a proper cephalization is present, or we can say the initiation is generally start from the platyhelminthes case. Okay, students. So as of now, we discussed so many points of the phylum Platyhelminthes. Okay, please note down. Next, students, our next point is sense organ are in the form of the papilla. So our next point is your sense organ are in the form of the papilla. Okay. So students, As we discussed in our previous phylum, sense organ is in the form of, we can say, the ocelli or the statocyst. So simply the student, in this the sense organ is the papilla. Nothing extra. The sense organ in this is simply the papilla. Just remember this much only. Next, your point is on the digestion. In the case of the platyhelminthes, in some animals, digestion is complete, or we can say digestive system is present, but without anus. Why I am telling without anus? Because we can say it is a blind sac plant, means it is having only one opening, that is your mouth, through which it also acts as a mouth, it also acts as the anus, means it is the same opening by which the intake of the food takes place, it is the same opening by which the ejection also takes place. So we can write our next point. In some animals, digestive system is present, digestive system is present, but without anus. Okay, but in some, okay, we can say also in some animals digestive system is completely absent. Digestive system is completely absent. Okay. Next, students, how the excretion is being done? The excretion is being done by the help of the protonephridia, or we can say the flame cells. Why it is called the flame cells? Because the excretory organ, that are the flame cells, look like as if like it is a flame. Okay, so we can say the excretion is being done by protonephridia or the flame cells, Why flame cells? Because the structure is somehow like flame. Okay. Next, students, in the case of the platyhelminthes, these are generally hermaphrodite in nature. Hermaphrodite means what? You please remember. Hermaphrodite means it is the same organism in which the male reproductive system is also present. It is the same organism in which the female reproductive system is present. Means what? In our case, we are male or either female. Due to presence of the male reproductive system, we are male, or we can say in the case of the female, due to the presence of the female reproductive system, she is female. But in the case of the platyhelminthes, these are hermaphrodite, means the same organism in which the male reproductive system is also present and the female reproductive system is also present. So we can write these are hermaphrodite in nature. These are hermaphrodite in nature. Okay. Next, students, fertilization in the case of the platyhelminthes, it is internal in nature. Okay, means it occurs inside the body. Okay, so your next point, fertilization is internal. Fertilization is internal. Okay, students. Obviously, after the fertilization, we will discuss the development. So, the development in the case of the platyhelminthes, it may be direct or it may be indirect. You know, direct means there is no larval stages, but if it is indirect, then there should be present of the larval stages, such as we can say the miracidium, radia, etc. So we can write development is direct or indirect. Direct or indirect. If indirect, due to presence of the larva called the miracidium, radia, etc. Miracidium, radia, etc. Okay, students. Next, in the case of the platyhelminthes, the regeneration is met with some. Okay, means what I am saying? Regeneration is met with some. Means students, met with some means what? Means in some organism it have the power of the regeneration. Regeneration means what? Suppose this is a, we can say this is a portion. If it is being cut accidentally, then once and another time that part reappears. That is called a regeneration. So it is not present in all the cases of the platyhelminthes. So it is written regeneration is met with some. And lastly, we'll add the example. There are so many examples such as your fasciola, tinea, okay, planaria. Example is called your, we can say fasciola, tinea, then the tinea, okay, tinea, etc. So students, as of now what we have discussed, that the sense organ is in the form of the papilla. In some animals digestive system is present but without anus. Also in some animals digestive system is completely absent. Excretion is done by the protonephridia or the flame cells. These are generally hermaphrodite in nature, which is consist of both male and the female reproductive system. Fertilization is generally internal and development is direct, or we can say indirect, or we can say direct. Development may be direct or indirect. If direct, no larval stage is present. If indirect, larval stages such as miracidium and radia, other are also present. Cercaria, metacercaria are also present. Regeneration is met with some, means in some cases only regeneration is present. Common example we can take the fasciola, tinea, etc. Okay, please note down. Lastly students, we will discuss, means some having the, by the help of the diagram we try to understand the concept. Means what? As we discussed student, cephalization begins, we discussed. Means what? We discussed that the cephalization begins means the initiation of head is being started. Suppose we are taking the case of the planaria. Means what? You can see the diagram. We can say a small head. So we can say the initiation of head is being taking place. So we can write here, that is why it is being written, the cephalization begins. We are taking in the example of planaria. Students, another point we discussed, that is dorsoventral flattened leaf-like structure. Come to your liver fluke example. You can see somehow it is flat body leaf-like structure. That is why it is called your, means it is the shape of the, generally the platyhelminthes are, we can say, leaf-like structure. Another the structure students, it is having the structure like flat ribbon-like students. Come to the example tinea, having, you can see it is a flat ribbon-like structure. Okay, ribbon means you know the generally the girls tie their hair. Okay, so these are common examples. Planaria, having in which we can see the cephalization begins, small head in which the initiation of the head takes place. Liver fluke having the leaf-like body, and the tinea in which we see the flat ribbon-like structure. Okay, so next, the platyhelminthes is also divided into 3 classes. As I always say that the classes are, we are saying for your knowledge. It is not required completely in our syllabus. So there are 3 classes: Turbellaria, Trematoda and the Cystoda. 3 classes: Turbellaria, Trematoda and the Cystoda. Now come to various common name. Lastly, the common name. Tinea solium, it is also known as your, we can say, the pork tape worm. Fasciola, it is known as your liver fluke. Then the Bilharziia, it is also known as your blood fluke. And lastly, the Paragonimus, which is also known as your lung fluke. Lung fluke means what? As we always discussed, that in the case of platyhelminthes, it is a parasite. Means it is restored, or we can say it resides inside the host. So that is why it is being written the liver fluke or the blood fluke or the lung fluke. Okay. So students, in the case of the platyhelminthes, we discussed so many points. Platyhelminthes, flat worm, that is why it is called the flat worm. It is the phylum from where the generally the triploblastic is being started. Means it having the 3 germlets, ectoderm, endoderm and the mesoderm. Okay. So in this way we discuss so many points. It is acoelomate, it having the blind sac plan. Blind sac plan means if the digestive system is present, then it have only one opening, or we can say it is present, digestive system is present without anus. And in some cases also digestive system is completely absent. Respiration we discussed, it is done by the, we can say in the anaerobic respiration is being done in the case of the platyhelminthes. Okay, excretion is being done by the protonephridia or the flame cells. Okay, the structure is somehow we can say the dorsoventral flat end having the leaf-like structure or the flat ribbon-like structure. Okay, so by this we discuss number of points under the phylum Platyhelminthes. Okay, so that's all for today. We will meet in our next class. Thank you.